welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and we're here today to do another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do, so let's get it on, shall we? Today we're going to be doing another full review episode of the Apothic wine. Today we're going to be doing the 2022 version of the Cabernet Sauvignon, silky and full-bodied. Give you a quick look at the backside label. It is a California wine. It is 2022. Alcohol by volume is 13.9%. Okay. It is out of Modesto, California, and it does contain sulfites. Let's go ahead and get this cork out of here. And let's have a pour, shall we? Put you back in your spot. Put the bottle back in its spot. And on with the show. So this is the Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a dry wine. Has a medium body. Best paired with grilled steak. I'm holding it under my nose. And I'm getting such great, wonderful nose. Grilled steak, burgers. That was kind of interesting. Barbecue. And hearty pastas. Hearty pastas. Is that like chicken carbonara? Or is that like spaghetti and meatballs? Maybe lasagna? Interesting. The nose, don't get me wrong, it is beautiful. However, there is a little something lacking. It's not quite like the rest of the reds. I do love a blended red. This is just your straight up Cabernet. So let's go ahead and get a look at it in the glass, shall we? If I was doing this on my other camera, you get a lot of good action slow-mo shots. This one actually does slow-mo, but I can't switch to it while I'm recording. If I care to take more time, I would take more video, like B-roll. I'm not into that just yet. I'm just a straightforward one shot. Take it raw. Dark fruit on the nose. Vanilla follows up behind that dark fruit. There's like dark fruit. It's like plum, apple, maybe slight bit of raspberry. There's not a whole lot of berry, but there's a little bit of that sweetness of the berries in here. Let's go ahead and get that first palating out of the way. It is a dry wine, medium bodied for sure. Definitely good with some grilled steak. The burger still intrigues me. The barbecue, I could probably see that pretty good with the barbecue. The sweetness of the barbecue, if you like your barbecue sauce a little on the sweeter side, instead of the tart side, you'd probably, yeah, it would probably pair very well. Hearty pasta, still trying to figure that out. Maybe lasagna. Like, what does it mean? Like, I think this pairs better with the red sauce instead of like the white sauce kind of pastas. So Mr. Randy did pay just under $10 out the door for this, which is average in my area for these Apothic line. Have seen them breach up to the $15 mark in other areas, not in Texas. I've seen them hit close to 20. It is not the best out of the Apothic line, in my own opinion. But that doesn't say, I'm not saying it's not good. It is good. It's just, if I had to choose, if I had the whole line sitting in front of me and I had to choose, I would choose that Inferno. Second would be the Merlot. So yes, on the palate, you're getting berries, cherry. The plum is a dark fruit. The cherry's also in there with the dark fruit. Like I said, there's berries in there for sure. I can't tell. The one raspberries is average, on most average use in these wines. And then there's the plum. Yeah, the vanilla comes in the background. Very, very slight spice. Let's go ahead and get one more. It's actually not bad for a dry wine. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Of the reviews that I've read, the Cabernet, it is a dry, but it's an unusual dry because it's not very drying. The finish is relatively lacking, I'd have to be honest with. The flavors and whatnot dissipate relatively quickly and leave me with a sort of wet cardboard sense on the tongue. It's very unfortunate. Which brings me to think that, yes, that's why this is great pairing with certain types of food, because the spiciness or the flavoring, especially with the barbecue, if you had like a sweet, salty barbecue, you probably wouldn't get that cardboard sort of sense on the tongue. This would definitely, I would recommend you not drink this. If you have the same kind of palate sense as I do, I would not recommend you drink this just as it is. I would say definitely pair it with a meal. Like it says, grilled steak, burgers. I could definitely see it with barbecue. Pasta's intriguing. I have to figure that one out. 13.5% alcohol by volume. Let's put a score on it, shall we? I would have to probably say it's a weak 4 out of 5. Because it is good. I just don't find it great. And I believe it might be better and it might get a better score if I could pair it with some of the foods that it does. I usually don't. I usually drink these raw and base form just so you can get the raw experience and to get that raw data. There may be a time when I come in, I do special videos where I've been intrigued enough to find out how can you get something more out of what's been presented, such as this one. I could have this one maybe with some barbecue and it might change that score altogether. It might push it up to a strong 4 out of 5. But there it is. There's that score. My fair price on this, as always, I say that the Apothics are grossly underpriced. Would I buy this again? The Cabernet? No. I may purchase it again if I'm going to specifically have it with one of these paired meals. Grilled steak, I don't think so, no. Burgers, maybe. The barbecue is what interests me the most. I think I might buy this again just to pair it with some barbecue, maybe some ribs, maybe something else, a brisket. No, something needs to be saucier. I think it really needs to be paired with something that's sweet and salty sauce like a barbecue is. Not necessarily a brisket. I don't think this would probably pair well with a brisket. Maybe ribs, maybe like saucy ribs. Definitely try some saucy ribs. I'll think about that. Well, there it is. Let me know in the comments where you're at, what you're drinking. What do you think about the Apothic line? What do you think about their Cabernet Sauvignon 2022? Well, there it is. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. We'll call it a good one.